Struan Stevenson, MEP, we've just had a talk about cloning in the European Parliament. It seems to be a very divisive issue. Can you explain why it's so divisive?
Well, the European Parliament has several times now voted for a complete ban on all cloning and on all byproducts from cloning and all dairy products, meat products entering the food chain. It's effectively become apparent that it will be impossible to achieve that, not least because we import millions of euros worth, millions of pounds worth of meat and dairy products and semen from cloned sires, etc., in America and Latin America into the EU. They have no regulation in Latin America and North America on cloning. So it's impossible for us, unless we completely close the door to all imports from those countries, which would start a trade war that would make your eyes water. We have no way of controlling it. And it appears we have actually been consuming cloned stuff from cloned embryos for many, many years on our marketplace, on our food chain within the EU. So what we had in the debate was a very clear update from Professor Keith Campbell, the creator of Dolly the Sheep, telling us that actually all the welfare problems that we used to associate with cloning have been overcome. Science has advanced, and that there are no problems and there are no difficulties now, or even problems associated with consuming meat or dairy products from cloned offspring. In fact, he wondered what all the fuss was about.
And there were suggestions in there that there should be a total ban on imports of clones, imports of embryos, imports of semen. What do you say to those sorts of suggestions?
Well, I appreciate that would be absolutely impossible to achieve, because if we tried to do that, America and Latin America, who send millions of pounds and millions of euros worth of meat and dairy products to the EU, they would simply start a trade war which would affect all aspects of trade. We'd no longer be able to sell Airbus, for instance. We'd no longer be able to sell BMWs and Renault and Citroën. I mean, it would be that big a trade war, make no mistake. So we have to come to terms with this, and that means we have to persuade the public what the science is saying, what the update position is on cloning, and that's why we had this very necessary debate in Brussels.
And so, therefore, should UK farmers be free and able to use this technology to improve their efficiencies and sell products onto the open market?
Well, the message from the scientific expert at the hearing was that the current position in the UK is absurd, and that the attempts to try to ban farmers in the UK from using cloning in the way that they're doing is actually out of step even with the rest of Europe. So I think we have to get a level playing field and make sure that we are following scientific advice in this, because it's a very complex area and it's an area we need to get up to speed.